I know this is weird, I understand. But you really gotta trust me on this one because this is one of those food things that you're not so sure about, but then you try it and then it blows your mind. Yeah, it's like that. Cured egg yolks. I know they sound super weird. I believe one of the messages I got on Instagram on my stories was, ew, what the f is this? It's very strange, but I'm telling you, this thing adds a savory, slightly umami, like just flavorful depth to everything that you put it on. But the best part about it is because it's an egg yolk, it can still emulsify. So the beauty is it's hard, it's solidified. You've already seen it a little bit. So you can grate it, you can slice it, you can crumble it, but I would recommend grating it in pretty much almost every scenario. Cured egg yolks can be used as a condiment for literally pretty much everything, maybe not dessert. But first, we're gonna talk about how to make this stuff. So let's do that, shall we?
Okay, so one of the other cool things about cured egg yolks is that you can flavor them however you like. You can mix whatever aromatics you want with the cure and it'll taste like that. Think stuff like fresh herbs, whole toasted spices. If you have the cash, I'm sure some truffle would go nicely in here, but you don't have to be bougie like that. I went with 1 tablespoon or 4 grams of coriander seeds, 1 tablespoon or 4 grams of pink peppercorns, 1 teaspoon or 2 grams of Szechuan peppercorns, 1 teaspoon or 2 grams of black peppercorns, 4 bay leaves, and 1/3 cup or 9 grams of dried chanterelle mushrooms. I toasted everything minus the bay leaves and the dried chanterelles, then let the spices cool, and then whatever whole spices you end up using, including, dried mushrooms and stuff like that, you're gonna wanna blend all of that into a fine powder. If you choose aromatics like fresh herbs or citrus peel don't really blend super well, then you can just finely chop those, no big deal. But you do want them processed enough so that they flavor deeply and evenly. Then you're gonna wanna mix your aromatics with 2 cups or 316 grams of kosher salt and 1 cup or 220 grams of granulated sugar. Now the sugar isn't really there for sweetness, the sugar is there to help tone down the saltiness of it all. Then whisk that together till evenly incorporated and spread half of that cure mixture into a baking pan like a brownie pan or a shallow half hotel pan. I did not steal this from the restaurant I work at, I swear. Make sure that it totally coats the bottom. Then make 6 equally spaced apart small indentations in the cure, making sure not to go all the way to the bottom of the pan. You need to make sure that the cure coats every inch of the egg yolk. That means that if you make an indentation all the way to the bottom of the pan, it's not going to cure properly, so be careful with that. Then separate and carefully place an egg yolk in each indentation without breaking it, which, by the way, if you're one of those people that has a tough time getting egg yolks separated without breaking the yolks, I would recommend cracking them gently into a bowl first and then separating them out with your hands. Then gently cover each egg yolk in a mound of cure until all the yolks are completely covered and you've used all the cure. Then wrap them in plastic wrap or beeswax for a more eco-friendly version. That's right, I'm paying attention. And let them cure in the fridge for 4 to 6 days until firm and handleable, without them being like smearable or too squishy. Mine went for about 5 days. And on the 4th day, I actually ended up adding just a little bit more cure, just because these yolks cause the cure to absorb a little more liquid than usual, so you might have to do that, but more likely than not, you won't. Now, once your yolks are cured, take them out of the cure and then rinse them off under cold water just to get most of the cure off the surface. Don't rub them too aggressively. Then gently dry them on a paper towel. Now, this next part can be done in an oven, but I would really recommend doing them in a dehydrator. Now, really quickly, I just want to say that I got this early release dehydrator as a gift from Broad & Taylor. You guys that have been with me know that I promoted their bread proofer, as my fermentation station for over a year without them even really knowing. And thanks to some helpful people, mainly Nick Roberts, you know who you are, they caught wind of that and they sent me this early release state-of-the-art Sahara foldable dehydrator, and I gotta be honest, I'm completely blown away by it. You just open this thing up, unfold it, place the top on, put your racks in, and boom, it's dehydration time. Key word is that this thing is a beast and it folds, dude. The link for this puppy will be in my description, so you already know. Anyway, take your cured egg yolks and then dehydrate them at 140 degrees Fahrenheit or 60 degrees Celsius for 2 hours. Now, worst case scenario, if you really just don't want to get a dehydrator or you don't have one, then you can absolutely use your oven by turning it to 140 degrees Fahrenheit or 60 degrees Celsius or its lowest possible setting, and then placing your yolks on a wire rack and then on the racks inside of the oven, and you should be okay. Once your yolks are dehydrated, let them cool to room temperature and then use them on everything. I personally love to just grate this stuff. you know, as if it was a real nice cheese. It's perfect on pasta. Here I made some pasta aglio olio and grated a generous amount of the cured egg yolk on top. This is really a perfect example of why this stuff is so great, because as soon as the yolk mixes with the hot pasta, it immediately rehydrates and emulsifies with the sauce, making it a creamier, more deeply flavored whatever you made. Sort of in a similar way to carbonara, you know? You can see that I'm really enjoying it here, you know?
Holy shit. Chad, I love you. Oh my god.
But it also goes great on cold stuff. You know, I grated it on top of this avocado toast, and you know, I know I'm gonna get haters for this, but I'm all about the avocado toast life, all right? Even if it affects your ability to buy a home. You can also break it up or slice it and add it to salads, like this Sichuan cucumber salad that I made with my chili oil. And yeah, you know, I think you get the point. It's a condiment. So that's it. Now you can cure your own egg yolks, but first let's cure your B-roll blues.
Guys, and that is it. So, cured egg yolks. Hopefully you're a convert by now. I would really recommend trying these, especially if you have a dehydrator. Which, speaking of, just again, huge thank you to Broad and Taylor who sent this thing out to me. I have always promoted them completely without them even knowing. As unbiased as I can make it, because I work professionally with dehydrators at a restaurant, and also this is, well, arguably better than the one that we use. I hope that you make this. It is super easy to make, very hands-off, and it is endlessly rewarding. So if you do make this, please be sure to send it to me on Instagram, Twitter, whatever, all the social media. Just send it to me because I love to see what you guys are making. And if you aren't already following me, you know what to do. Go click the links below. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video or you learned something, I still haven't picked one. I'm sorry. I still haven't picked a proper outro sentence. Everybody really liked the "we're done" and then the black screen, but that just seems too mean, okay? I appreciate you guys too much to be that mean about it, okay? So I will see you in the next video. Don't like that? Don't like that one. Okay, bye.